Let's talk about the Kinks. Let's talk about the Kinks. Kinks comeback. So when I first saw the story yesterday, I read it. I didn't hear it, which is the great part about audio and video. You get to hear, see inflection. That makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. So when I first read this, I thought, you know, Ray's got an album coming out this Friday, in fact. Maybe perhaps he's just trying to, like, drum up a ton of publicity by talking about a Kinks reunion. Because from what I read, it wasn't all that convincing. And I think he was kind of throwing this around a lot while doing interviews for press for his new record. But then I saw this interview with BBC's Channel 4 News. And the interview starts with Ray actually answering his cell phone.
Mick, I'll see you at the pub later.
So you're meeting up?
Yeah, making a new Kinks album. Inspired by the Rolling Stones.
Are you really? Or are you
Yeah, well, we're
pulling my leg
talking
out?
about it because I've got all these songs that I wrote for them. Then the band not broke up, we parted company. And I think it's kind of an appropriate time to do it.
So for 20 odd years you've been asked whether the Kinks will get back together.
Yeah.
Are the Kinks getting back together?
Officially we are, yes, in the pub later on.
Officially we are later in the pub. He's being very facetious, but he's serious. They are going to be getting back together for sure.
It won't be well organised like the Rolling Stones. I must praise the Rolling Stones for being great at publicity, great band, great at organising their careers. Mick's done an incredible PR job. And it's kind of inspiring to see them doing it, playing the big... But the Kinks will probably play in a local bar.
But you will play?
Yeah, there's something telepathic. On Our Country, this new album, I used an American backup band because it's not whether they're virtuoso players or not, it's whether they fit.
By the way, he's talking about the Jayhawks. It's a little dismissive. I don't know. I don't think Ray's doing this intentionally, but I also read, you know, a separate interview with somebody else where he talks about this like American band. I'm like, but that's the like, it's not like they're I get it's not Mumford and Sons, you know. I get the Jayhawks are not hugely popular, which breaks my heart a little bit, but it's the Jayhawks. It's not like they're totally, you know, a complete unknowns. I'm using this American band. Well, they have a name. They have a name. I guess if you're Ray Davies, it doesn't even matter. If you're not on Ray Davies' Kinks level, he doesn't really even know you, I guess. I don't know. But he makes this interesting point about telepathy, so I'll let him make it.
You will play?
Yeah, there's something telepathic. On Our Country, this new album, I used an American backup band because it's not whether they're virtuoso players or not, it's whether they fit together and they have what I call telepathy. And you don't have to be great players to be in a band. You sort of lock into one another and fit in whether you know the other one's making a mistake. Say, I'll play it louder there so they won't notice.
Let me decode that a little bit. I know some of you guys are driving to work right now, and you're like, "What the hell is this guy talking about?" When he says there's telepathy, he's talking about bands getting along. That's really it. He's saying you don't have to be a great band. It's not as important that you have great musicians. It's more important that the musicians that you have get along.
It's a bit like that. The Kinks were like that.
So which of the Kinks will get back together?
Those that are still alive. Well, our first bass player, we've got an album coming out later this year called the Village Green Preservation Society, the anniversary album. And that was the last album the first band made before the bass player Pete Waif left. So it's kind of a tribute to him and the first band. Again, did you hear that?
It's all right, don't worry, yeah.
What was I saying? 5 seconds.
About the band members. The band members.
Yeah.
Some noise went off, and in 3 seconds, Ray forgot what he said. And that, for the first time in my life, I could actually relate to Ray Davies. This is it. That is the only thing Ray and I have in common, extreme forgetfulness.
The trouble is, the two remaining members, my brother, Dave, and Mick, never got along very well. But I made that work in the studio. It fired me up to make them play harder and with fire. And so if I can recapture those moments, and I've got tunes, I've got some great Kinks tunes in my head.
And do you get on with both?
By the way, how exciting is that? Ray Davies just sitting there going, I got some great tunes in my head. I hope after he forgot the last thing, though, he's written them down somewhere. That's the only thing I'm hoping for. He's like me. I hope he's got an iPhone that he could put it in notes, because without that, I swear to God. You know how many times I come up with a great bit for the show at 4 o'clock, and I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. It'll be great. And then 5:59 rolls around, and I'm like, oh, what was that thing I was going to do? It was the greatest bit ever. And I immediately forget it.
Those guys now?
Yeah, we have summit meetings occasionally in the local pub.
And your brother as well?
Separately. Haven't brought them together in the same room yet, but we're working on it.
Are you close to your brother? Do you get on?
You know, I'd like to say no, but my brother is much brighter than I am. I'm kind of a lost soul, really, but he's very in touch with his spirit, his soul, the cosmos, and he's very ethereal, and he's very good at chess. So he's got this combination of maths and artistic endeavour.
How much did you write songs together with your brother?
Never.
Never?
I wrote a bridge. He had a song called Death of a Clown that he couldn't finish, and I wrote the bridge for it. The bridge is the middle part that takes it to another section. So we didn't write that much together. But again, he knows what I'm thinking, and in the studio it's much easier to do that, because I say, with the regular Jayhawks who played on Our Country.
There we go.
Great musicians, and they knew each other. And I had to teach them a language. You know, when I do this, it's too loud. When I do that, cut. You know, it's sign language, because in the studio you're just playing away on one take, and you rely on what I call telepathy. So the Kinks had that intuitively, because my brother, obviously, we grew up with one another. And singing families, the Carter family, you know, the Isley brothers, the Coen brothers. Not very good singers, but great filmmakers.
But did you always fight? He was always turbulent.
Ray's a genius. He's going, great singing families had telepathy. The Carter family, the Isley brothers, the Coen brothers. Well, they're not good singers, but they're good filmmakers. He gets off like an amazing joke, and this zero that is interviewing him just moves on to the next question. This is why I can't. I hate 90% of the people that do the exact same thing that I do. I can't stand it. TV, radio, print, it doesn't matter. Some of these people who interview suck, and that guy stinks. I don't like him whatsoever. What a great joke. He's up there. And you can see it in his eyes. You can. I'm gonna link the video of the interview to the. I'm gonna link it. You can see it in his eyes. Ray's so proud of that little joke. He looks in the camera. I want you guys to watch it. I want everybody listening and watching, because this is our vloggy for today. I want everybody to watch Ray. It's like 4 minutes and 11 seconds in. He delivers this wonderful little joke, and the guy goes, "Oh, so anyway, you zero, you zilch. Be in the moment for 3 seconds. If there's any kids out there that is watching, be in the moment. Stop worrying about being proper and getting all your questions in. None of that. Prep, game plan, and then have a conversation with somebody. That's what makes a good interview. This guy drives me nuts. Ugh, I can't stand that. I can't stand bad interviewers. Cannot stand it. Guys, this guy he's breaking like the biggest music story in a year. In years. 20 years, the Kinks. We're going to get back together. All the buzz lately between Dave's interviews and stuff. Talking about the Kinks coming back together. And this zilch he's not even present. I don't like this guy whatsoever. He's probably a really nice guy, good journalist. I don't know. But boy, did he foul tipped that one right back into the catcher's mitt. All right, so there's your story. Ray Davies talking about the Kinks getting back together. I like the part where he talks about the Rolling Stones. Really, there's a difference in the world of music between, the movers and the shakers and the doers and the guys that just are there to goof around and have a good time, right? Like Paul's a get some songs out there. Let's get some shows going. We gotta work. We gotta do some things. I mean, he's having fun, but they're making it happen, right? Mick is out there like, let's put some stuff out. Let's get a tour going. Let's make sure we got the posters and, you know, all that stuff is going on. Those guys are, you know, they're musicians. They're making sure they're making music. And other guys are just like, whatever. Other guys are Ray Davies. I got some songs in my head. Maybe we'll play some local pubs. I have a feeling that the Kinks will do a little bit better than local pubs. They may not be stadiums, but I'm sure they'll do just fine. I don't even know if they'll tour all together. And the other piece that I was reading that Ray was talking about, he was saying how he's not really going to tour so much behind this solo album that he's putting out with the Jayhawks, because he's got the Jayhawks and he's got this choir on the record. So they're going to do some shows, but it's going to be a little bit more theatrical than like a typical regular concert. So I would imagine, and at 74, God bless his heart, you know, I don't know how much touring they're going to be able to do, but I would imagine that if they do get a new record out and going, the Kinks will do something, some shows, but not a major tour. But honestly, like at this point, like when I see somebody like Ray, just give me the music. Like I would love to go see you guys live, but I've like, you know, I'd like to see the new music. Give me the new music. I'd much prefer if you're telling me right now today, I have a choice between seeing the Kinks as they are today live at a show or getting a new Kinks album as they write today and perform today. Give me the album. And that might just be me, but just give me the album. I'd rather see what's ruminating in that genius brains of theirs, in them brains. I would rather hear and see that and experience that, feel that, listen to that, than go see them in a show. I mean, if I can get both, great. But if I only have my choice of one, give me the new material. I always want the new material. Always, 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 always.